My first car was a Mini, my second car was a Mini, and so was my third. But after a few years driving them, I decided to go in another direction. I wanted something bigger than my Mini, I wanted an automatic, and you'll probably laugh at me for this, but I really wanted Apple CarPlay. My phone falling out of its little windscreen mount mid-journey was the bane of my life. So I bought this T-Roc, and I've really enjoyed driving it over the last few years, but it's not exactly fun. It's easy to drive, comfortable, practical, but not exactly fun. So now I'm wondering, did I make a mistake? Should I have stuck with Mini and just got a newer model? Well, today I'm going to find out, because today I'm driving this. This is the brand new Mini Cooper S, and to try and find out as much as I can about it in a day, I'm going to attempt to make a car review video. I've been thinking about changing my car for a while now, and I've also seen a few in the comments ask me to make more car content. So I emailed a few dealerships and retailers, and luckily the legends at Arnold Clark came through and lent me this Mini. I asked for just any old Mini and they gave me the newest, best one, so pretty happy about that. I've filmed a few car videos in my time, but I've never actually been in one. I'm probably the furthest thing possible from a car journalist, and half the stuff I see in reviews means absolutely nothing to me, so hopefully this goes okay. First off, I'm gonna get some B-roll of the car with my camera on a gimbal. I'd normally do this last when I know exactly what's been mentioned, so I know what to film. But as I haven't really spent much time with the car, I thought by doing it first, I might notice some cool features to talk about in the video later. Not used my gimbal in quite a while, so it may take me a minute to balance it. Okay, that looks all right. That's pretty much all of the exterior stuff done. I think I'm gonna move on to the interior now. Most of the car reviews I've seen start off in some kind of lay-by where the presenter goes through all of the car's stats, its price, horsepower, engine size, all that fun stuff. This is my lay-by. It's not exactly a lay-by, it's actually my garden, but I think it'll work. I've tried to write a script for the intro that rarely ends well with me, so let's see if I can get it done in less than 10 takes. Well, that took longer than expected, but I think I got there eventually in about 1,000,000 takes. Moving on now, I'm going to cover off the exterior features of the car. I'm probably going to spend the most time at the back because from a first glance, the lights are probably the biggest change. I'm going to set up and do that next. Finished filming the exterior stuff, I'm now going to go inside and film the interior bits. In most of the car review videos I've seen, they tend to do their outro in the same place as their intro, probably at the same time. I haven't actually driven this that much and I'm not sure what I'm going to say yet, so I'll come back here or somewhere similar later to do mine. Moving on to the in-car section of the video, that's where the presenter is talking to camera while driving and giving his thoughts. I'm not sure what I'm going to say yet, so I'm just going to set up the cameras and head off. I'm going to be using my Sony ZV-1 as my main in-car camera. I don't have a really great mount, I've just got this suction cup and I expect there will be some shake, but it's all I've got, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad. That was fun. It's definitely a very different driving experience than my old Mini. I think I've covered off pretty much all of the words now apart from the outro. I'm going to do that next and then I'm going to move on to trying to do some tracking stuff. This is the setup for the tracking shots. It's definitely not the most professional or secure in the world, but we're only going around on private roads, so I think we'll be okay. Finished up the tracking shots. The final few bits for the day are to get bolt-ons. That's just mounting a camera on the outside of the car to get the landscape going by and things like that. The first bolt-on shot I'm gonna get is just here. I'm gonna put my camera like that and have it pointing through the windscreen at me. I'm not that confident about doing a bunch of exterior bolt-ons with this camera, more specifically with this mount, because I don't trust it that much. So I think this is gonna probably be the only one I do. So I'm gonna set that up and go for a little drive. For the rest of the bolt-ons, I'm just gonna put the camera up here on the sunroof to get a variety of different shots through the windscreen, through the window, things like that. I just got back from driving with the camera up here. I think that's probably it for the bolt-ons. Hopefully they look okay. Everything for the review has now been filmed. The next job is to go and edit it all. I'm gonna do that now, and the next thing you see will be my first ever car review. This is the new petrol version of the Mini Cooper S. This three-door Mini Cooper S has a 2-litre engine, 204 horsepower, and can go from 0 to 60 in about 6.6 seconds. Prices start from 27 grand, but if you go for the top spec, it will set you back closer to 36 grand. Despite Minis seeming to grow year on year, this is still a rather small car. It's 387 meters long, 1 meter 43 high, and weighs 1.2 tons. It's available in 3 options: Classic, Exclusive, and Sport. This is the Sport, hence all of the JCW badges everywhere, and these rather lovely wheels. The exterior is pretty familiar, but there are a few big changes. Here at the front, there's no more bonnet scoop like on the older Cooper S's. There are no tailpipes at the back, and these lights. These are very different than on previous Minis. They kind of remind me of the eyes on Spider-Man's mask. I am not sure how I feel about them yet. The boot is not the largest in the world, it's 210 litres, but if you put down the back seats, it suddenly becomes 800 litres, which is massive. You also have quite a nice little underboot storage space down here. Moving on to the interior, this looks very different from older Minis I've driven. First off, there's this massive 9.4-inch OLED screen in the middle of the cabin, and it looks awesome. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can charge your phone down here on the wireless charger. There's also a lovely little strap that holds it in place so it doesn't fly off when you accelerate. It has 2 decent sized cup holders, a little storage box, and a nice armrest under which there are 2 USB-C chargers and a 12 volt. The steering wheel is quite chunky. I really like it. You've got all of your usual cruise control stuff here, and there's also a nice strap down here, which I'm a big fan of. There's also a heads-up display, which puts everything you need to know right in your line of sight. Overall, I love this cabin. It feels super clean. The back seats are a little cozy, as you'd expect from a 3-door Mini, but as long as your friends are more Richard Hammond sized than Jeremy Clarkson sized, you'll be okay. There's also a nice cup holder back here. When you pull the seats back, I've got a decent amount of room here. I can put a hand in between my knees and the back of the seats. The sunroof also makes it feel much bigger because obviously there's a light coming in, so it feels quite roomy. Nice little armrest built into the plastic here. Time to take it for a drive. This car is already feeling really fun, but it's also very easy to drive at the same time. You can sort of go onto autopilot mode and you don't have to fight the car in any way. It's a little bit squirrely when you properly put your foot down. That sound you just heard was go-kart mode. You can switch into different experiences, and my favorite so far is go-kart mode because it sounds great. Very fun. I'm enjoying the heads-up display. I wasn't sure if I would. This is the first time I've driven a car with a heads-up display, but it's nice having your speed just straight in front of your eyes. Although go-kart mode is pretty fun, if you're on a longer journey, it could get a bit annoying just constantly being in second gear like I am now and having that loud noise. So for longer journeys, if you're not looking to have a little bit of fun like that, you may want to switch to another experience like Core. I'm going to switch into Core now, and you'll hear the little bing, and we have switched into third gear. It's got pretty good visibility for a Mini. I can see very clearly in front and behind me. There is still a little bit of a blind spot here on the A-pillar, but it's the same as you'd expect from most Minis, really. This car has got its own assistant. It's called Spike, and you can ask it a variety of different questions, stuff like you'd ask Alexa or Siri. For example, hey Mini, what's the outside temperature?
The exterior temperature is 19.5 degrees.
The question is, how do the indicators sound? I think they sound pretty good. Also quite a satisfying little thunk when they turn themselves off. Overall, this is just a great car to drive. It's really fun when you want it to be, but you can also go a long distance and be super comfortable. So, should you buy the new Mini Cooper S? Yes, you should. I'll add a caveat that I absolutely love Minis, and the last Cooper S I drove was from 2012. It still has that fun go-karty feeling, but with so much more tech and comfort thrown in. It's definitely still a very cool hot hatch. And I've decided I do like the lights. I hope you enjoyed seeing this type of video. Let me know in the comments down below how you think I did on the car review front. If you've made it this far, then thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.